Well, good evening. Welcome in to the grand final of the LearnCoach New Zealand Badminton League. We've had so much fun. We've seen such wonderful badminton over the course of 5 or 6 weeks, and now it comes down to this tonight. Two teams playing for this piece of silverware, and it is mighty impressive. The President's Cup is on the line tonight, as well as the lion's share of that $15,000 prize money. We're going to see the Tiger Brokers Tigers. They finished top of the table up against the HeyTour Hawks, and this promises to be a wonderful clash given the history between the two teams. I'm joined tonight by Oliver Leyden-Davis. Oliver, first of all, commiserations on last night. I know you want to just get over it, but it was a great competition last night. Golden game, you went down for third, but just highlighting how close this competition's been the whole way through.
Yeah, it was. I mean, unfortunately, we didn't quite come out on the right side of the ledger last night, but yeah, I think the closeness and the intensity and the quality that it was played has kind of been reflective of the quality of the whole contest so far, and I'm looking forward to seeing heaps more of it tonight.
Yeah, and it really does promise to be a wonderful clash between these two teams. It's tough to separate them. In fact, on one occasion, we couldn't. It had to go to Golden Game, and on the other occasion, 4-2. So there is history of close matches between these two teams.
Yeah, it certainly is, and I think there's every chance we could go to Golden Game again tonight, so especially the way the teams are lined up against each other. It looks very, very close on paper, and it's pretty hard to call looking at that alone. So I'm excited to see a lot of tight matches.
What advice would you give? If they go to Golden Game to win this whole shooting match, you played in one last night, what advice would you give?
Just have fun. I literally have to go back. There's nothing you can really take in that you haven't got already, so just have fun and relax and play to your instincts.
Well, let's have a look at how they got here tonight, the league table in terms of results, and it highlights that the Tiger Brokers Tigers were the dominant team, albeit they had the same record as the Hawks. So it tells you that this is very, very close. They picked up the 13 points, Hawks on 9, and we see the Dragons and the Wolves on 7 apiece. So the Tigers do have that advantage of coming in, if you like, as the top seed, but the clashes between these two teams have been very close. Let's have a look at the lineups, because there is some news tonight, not with regards the Hawks, but the Tigers. We see there Nico Taggel for the first time, and you really feel for Jonathan Curtin, for the first and only time a substitute is brought in. But just comment about Nico, because he's not a bad one to bring in.
No, absolutely not. I don't think they lose much, if anything at all, by bringing Nico in there. He's a strong mixed player, good history there, good powerful attack from the back line as well that he can certainly bring to the lineup tonight. And
Henry Tam's team, where are their strengths tonight?
Again, I think it's a great spread across the board. Like Edward Lau's been a great contributor, especially across the entire league so far, and I think just the balance of their side is very even. Obviously, Sally Fu in the ladies singles has been in great form as well, so I think this is pretty hard to see a real weakness in that lineup.
That's why they're in the final, of course. Let's have a look at the HeyTour Hawks, Tony Griffin's team, and again, Mani Minota has been the obvious leader of this team, but they've got good experience as well with the likes of Danny Ode in the lineup, and again, their strengths pretty much across the board.
Yeah, exactly. Mani's obviously led them really well throughout the league so far, but I think we've seen the development, and Courtney Trillo as well has put a couple of pivotal wins on the board for the Hawks, especially in the later stages, and everyone's been developing and growing and lifting their level as the league's progressed, so I think it's going to be a really exciting contest once we get underway.
There's a real buzz around the stadium as we're getting closer to this opening clash. Let's have a look at the lineup of matches tonight, and it is as per right through this LearnCoach New Zealand Badminton League. 6 matches. If we finish at 3-3, we go to a Golden Game, which is 1 game to 11 points. Let's go through each one. Mixed doubles, Taggel, Villegas, Minota and Calder Hawkins. Favoritism may be with the Hawks, but Nico Taggel's just got to combat the nerves.
Yeah, I think on paper the Hawks are a slight favourite there with the combination and the way they've been playing together. But yeah, Nico's something fresh, brings in something a little bit different from the pair they played against last time. So I think his power definitely adds another dimension to that matchup.
Singles, men's and women's, how do you see them going?
Obviously Edward and Mani stand 1-1 at the moment, but I think Mani's, got to be the favourites tonight. And then on paper the ladies singles goes the way of the Tigers. I think Sally Fu the favourite there.
Then we get into the business part of the evening, men's doubles, women's doubles, and that final mixed. Are we going to go to the final match with this one in the balance?
I think that hangs in the balance of the men's doubles there, to be honest. That one to me seems to be the real critical encounter and the way things are going to end up tonight. I have to say that the women's doubles and the mixed doubles, one at the bottom there, slight favourites to the Tigers on paper. So I think if the Hawks can get that men's doubles, then we head to a Golden Game.
Well, I think we've kept them waiting long enough because that first match is ready to go. Let's get this final underway. The grand final here at the LearnCoach New Zealand Badminton League, and we open tonight with our mixed doubles. Suddenly, you feel there is an added edge. You feel there is something a little bit different. And I know the man alongside me, Oliver Layden-Davis, probably feels that and wishes he was out there, Ollie. But it is something a bit special, isn't it, to be in a final of any sporting competition. And this will be different tonight. We've got some wonderful support from the corporates and the sponsors and a few fans and family and friends. So the nerves, the butterflies will be there a little more for the players.
Yeah, absolutely. There's definitely an added edge to the occasion tonight, and a lot of people in the stadium tonight. So looking forward to an encounter that hopefully lives up to it as well.
Green or black? Black called. Black it is. Okay. They will pick side, serve or receive. Manny will serve. Thank you.
Trish Gubb in charge of this one. And Richard Bramley is the service judge as the players now commence their final 2 minutes of warm-up and a chance to fully acquaint themselves with this show court that they are very familiar with. Apart from this fella, Nico Tagle has come in as an injury replacement, as we said in our preview. 23 years of age. Jonathan Curtin, we wish you well, mate. It is not good news to have to miss any match, but let alone a final. So you feel for Jonathan, but in Nico Tagle, Ollie, they've got a pretty handy replacement, New Zealand representative.
Yeah, and like for like, I don't think they're losing anything or gaining much skill-wise there as well. He brings definitely a different style. They lose the left-right-hand combination, but I think he brings a lot of power and good skill through the mid-court as well.
Erina Calder-Hawkins has been a mainstay of this this team, and in particular her combination with Abhinav Minota in this mixed has been superb. There is Mani Minota, who has struggled on occasion with a shoulder injury throughout this tournament. He's had to manage that week to week. He is your international doubles partner, Ollie. Any word on the shoulder?
Seems to be getting a little bit better. He's been training at full capacity as well, so it seems like he's good and ready to go tonight.
And Justine Villegas, who will partner Nico Tagle. Justine, at 24 years of age, is again pretty experienced at the top level. And she'll have to be that steadying hand tonight, if you like, if in fact Nico Tagle does bring a few nerves, given he's subbing in for the first and only time in this competition. Expectations for this one, Minota and Calder-Hawkins have been, well, they've been superb, but a new combination, Tagle and Villegas, nothing to lose.
Yeah, exactly. They've got that freedom to just play, especially Nico, you know, comes into a final and hasn't played so far, so he's free to kind of just be creative and express his natural game, but I think he also poses that extra power from the backline that perhaps Minota and Calder-Hawkins haven't really had to deal with in their previous matches throughout the league, so that's going to be an interesting extra dimension, I guess, for them to contend with, and let's see how they adapt and combat that throughout the course of this match.
So Tagle and Villegas are not unfamiliar with this combination. They have played together, and that again is a reason as to why this is a pretty smooth transition. Nico Tagle, if he hadn't had the slip disc, I imagine he would have been playing in this competition. So he's coming back from injury. You can see the strapping as well on the left leg. He's had knee operations as well, so you certainly hope that for a 23-year-old he's put all of those injuries behind him and he's fit and ready to go.
Ladies and gentlemen, on my right, Tiger Brokers Tigers, represented by Nico Tagle and Justine Villegas. And on my left, HeyTour Hawks, represented by Abhinav Minota and Erina Calder-Hawkins. HeyTour Hawks to serve, Abhinav Minota to Nico Tagle. Love all. Play.
Grand final, let's go. certainly a good sign from Minota with that shoulder, prepared to put a bit of force through it early on. Oh my goodness. Wow. There's an apology because I don't know that he meant it to play out like that, but what a start for Minota. A bit more frame than string, I think.
Yeah, I think it was intended to go to that area of the court, not quite in that fashion, but yeah, great reflex.
That kind of takes the wind out of their sails a little though. Tackle and Villegas on the board. What should we expect from Taggart? What sort of game?
I think again he's quite the aggressive in the back line, so he's got the power and he's going to use it, but he's also quite quick through the mid-court, as we just saw there, just to be up and early and just play it down, so definitely looking for some aggression from him. A lot of it will just be placement as well, trying to get the lift to come up as opposed to the flat, faster rallies through the mid-court that we've expected a bit more from Curtin.
Anxious on that one, looking for a clean winner.
4-2.
They do have a 5-1 records, Minota and Calder Hawkins. They've been pretty tough to roll in this LearnCoach New Zealand League.
It's over. 3-5.
There of Nico Taggart, because he is aggressive and he does have a very athletic smash.
Yeah, he does, and it's certainly going to be one of his biggest strengths and one they're going to have to try and utilise as much as they can if they're going to trouble Minota and Calder Hawkins.
And Minota again catches the line.
Service over. 6-4.
One of hers just patrolling that front court.
5-6.
Yeah, I think we're looking also tonight at a couple of the form mixed girls from the competition as well.
Let.
So there'll definitely be a real battle in the net there, and good from both players to see they're both brave enough to challenge each other and try and assert the dominance up there.
Service over. 7-5.
For anyone just joining us, perhaps new to the sport, new to the LearnCoach New Zealand League, it is a fast, rapid format. We play best of 3 games to 11 in each of the matches. There are 6 matches on the night. That's a lovely touch from Calder Hawkins.
Service over. 8-6.
Scoreboard took off on us there for a moment, but it is 9-6. That is the correct score now. And in the context of the race to 11, that is a good margin so late in the game. And it just got even better.
10. Game point. 6.
Well, you do feel for Nico Taggart having to come in cold, essentially, and play
First
just
game won by
the one tie.
11-6.
I guess if there's a positive aspect to it, he plays in the first match tonight, can just get it done, get out there and get into it. He has played at international level, Serdeman Cup 2017, Thomas and Uber Cup in 2016, so I'm sure he'll settle into this, but at the moment, Ollie, we're seeing a very professional, a very business-like performance from Minota and Calder Hawkins.
Yeah, they've been playing well so far. Again, they're a confident pair at the moment. You mentioned their 5-1 record, so from Tagel's perspective as well, it's hard to come in and try and disrupt the confidence and the rhythm that the Hawks pair are playing with. They're certainly controlling the first 3 situation well. They had benefited from a few mistakes from the Tigers on the return of serve just in the back half of that first game as well. So look for them to just tighten that up a little bit in this first half of the second game here, but I think it's really important that Villegas is stepping forward and trying to challenge Calder Hawkins at the net. She's playing well, Calder Hawkins up there at the moment, but if Villegas can step in and try and challenge her there, get the shuttle below the tape into the gap, the space in front of Minota to play into, then Tager will get the shuttle coming up to him and he's able to use his powerful attack, and that's where they can score their points.
Tony Griffin with the final couple of words for his pairing. Interesting that John O'Curtin was there courtside alongside Henry Tam, so this is a match he would have been playing in, but the injured player is there offering his advice as a coach, an assistant coach perhaps tonight.
Second game. Love all. Play. Love.
Clever flick serve from Minota.
Love.
He's had quite some success with that serve throughout the league as well as tonight.
They are in complete control here. Danger signs for the Tiger Brokers Tigers early in the second, having already lost the first. If he's in this sort of form throughout the night,
Love. Justine,
they've almost got
the
one
shuttle.
hand
Change.
on the trophy. Abhinab Minota. He can be that influential, playing in the mixed, playing in the singles, and he's going to play in the men's doubles.
Service over. 1-4.
Yeah, absolutely. If he's playing well, he can have a lot of influence on the outcome of tonight's match, but that's better from the Tigers there, just to try and challenge him in the mid-court. Again, a couple of uncharacteristic mistakes from Minota, but much better from the Tigers. They have to take that battle. If they just give it to him high on the back line, he's too good, and it's too easy for him to control the rally from there.
Service fault called, too high. No. Justine, on court.
I think the point that Justine's making there is that she's
Service
hardly
over.
the height
5,
of the
2.
ruling. Which from memory, I think, Ollie, is at 1.5 metres?
1.15.
1.15. You definitely be under the 1.5.
6, 2.
Timeout called, and that they have to here. Just
Tiger
while we've got
Brokers
that
Tigers,
moment, just
timeout.
explain that service rule for anyone that might not be familiar with it, like myself, with the height.
Yes, it's been introduced the last couple of years from BWF, so it's a fixed height service rule. So the shuttle must be made contact with below 1.15 metres high, and the umpire can see that through a couple of plexiglass slides on a device there that they can sit through and match up a couple of lines to get the accuracy of that height and just make sure the shuttle's made contact with below that line.
We haven't seen many called throughout the competition. I would think 5 or 6, so it is pretty rare
20
that
seconds.
service fault is called.
20
So
seconds.
Minota and Calder Hawkins just need to stay composed. Really, the 2 points have been earned by the Tigers in this game are both off errors from Minota, so they've just got to keep doing
6-2.
what they're doing and stay
Play.
in control. Villegas starting to show frustration.
7, 2.
Again, good play from the Hawks, so just able to get the shuttle below the tape, which forced Villegas to just panic a little bit.
That's not going to help her move.
8, 2.
This looks to be all but job done for the Hawks. The first point on the board, perhaps. Not there yet.
Service over. 3, 8.
Well, he read that, was on the move,
Service over.
and that's the risk and reward when you try
9,
that flick serve.
3.
I think there's confirmation there's no trouble with the shoulder tonight as well from Minota.
On the verge now, multiple match points, and I think this has been easier than perhaps even the Hawks might have anticipated. They've just played superbly. Well played, well set up by Minota and put away by Calder Hawkins, and that is just ruthless efficiency from the HeyTour Hawks, with Minota and Calder Hawkins winning this opening match in the grand final of the LearnCoach New Zealand League in double quick time. And that gives the rest of the team watching on a huge boost of confidence. Look at Tony Griffin loving that. Just absolutely superb, especially they know that Minota has 2 more matches that he's involved in.
11, 3.
Yeah, what a start for the HeyTour Hawks there. Great performance from Calder Hawkins and Minota. Clinical would be the word to use to describe, especially the second game. The way they played, they'd never really allowed Villegas and Nico Tagle to get into the match at all. You sort of feel for Tagle a bit coming in, having not played a match in the league so far and put into a pressure cooker situation like that and having to step up against, again, one of the form mixed pairs of the league. And I think they showed 100% why they are one of those form pairs tonight. Controlled the first 3, controlled the match from start to finish and never really let the Tigers have a chance. So let's hear from them. They're with Andrew just now.
Thanks, Ollie. The words that we're using are ruthless efficiency. That was really well played. You guys just in the zone right from the get-go.
Yeah, definitely. I think when we got the title of unbeaten here, and then last week, it was a good game, but unfortunately going away, that we wanted to show it that we're still there. So.
And it's going to be a busy night for you, so is that a good confidence boost as well? And I assume that you've got that busy night because the shoulder's okay.
Yeah, no, definitely. It is a busy night, but then I have to play my best and see how I go. But yeah, I'm looking forward to a singles as well, and then and see how I go.
Nice one too, in front of a bit of a crowd. Are there a few extra butterflies tonight, knowing it is the grand final?
Yeah, definitely. Before, when we were warming up, I was like, yeah, a little bit nervous. Got on court, I was like, yeah, I'm nervous.
Well done, guys. Didn't show. Superb performance. Well done. Erina Calder-Hawkins and Abanab Minota with an opening win to get the Hawks on the way. But so much more badminton to come tonight. And we've already seen across the course of the LearnCoach New Zealand League that fortunes can change very quickly. Teams have come back from 2-love down, even 3-love down, and forced a golden game. Stay with us in the grand final. Coming up next, we have our singles matches. Well, welcome back. Already the crowd courtside abuzz, having seen a comprehensive win to get us underway in the grand final of the LearnCoach New Zealand Badminton League, and it is the Hawks who picked up that win, the HeyTour Hawks, through Abanab Minota and Erina Calder-Hawkins. So they have the early advantage. How long can they maintain that? Well, this next one could well be the pivotal one, as we look at Lau against Minota in the men's singles. That'll be followed by women's singles, and then we get into the heart of the contest. I know Oliver Leyden-Davis says real badminton is when you've got four on the court. Men's doubles, women's doubles, and then the mixed could be crucial. Of course, if one team wraps it up prior to that final match, we won't play it, because it is about winning the title, winning the championship tonight. But let's welcome our men's singles players on court. Richard Bramley leads them out. And am I right, Ollie, is this one pivotal? Because arguably 1 and 2 in the country in men's singles. It's tied 1-1. Lau won the last clash, 11-8 in the third. So this one really could go either way and could tip the tie in favour of either team.
Yeah, I agree. I think if Lau's able to get up and upset Minota again, I think it really puts the Tigers down as favourite, looking at the lineups that are in the matches to follow. So really a lot on the line for Minota as well to keep revenge from his result last time.
Am I right? Receive, service.
Final 2-minute warm-up now for the players, who will be very familiar to each other, just having played, as mentioned already, twice in this LearnCoach New Zealand League, but all also, I'm sure, having trained alongside of each other, despite the age difference. Minota at 28 years of age has that number 2 ranking in New Zealand, but his world ranking is 113. So he is quality, and certainly looks as though the shoulder's no problem tonight. You'll want that to be the case, as he has a heavy workload still to come. Also, he will play in the men's doubles. Edward Lau, much the younger, at 19 years of age, but look at that ranking, number 1 on the back of a very good season last season, and has split the 2 matches with his more highly regarded opponent. That's no disrespect to Edward. I think that's just where the favouritism would sit going into this. Looks like I think he might have had a fresh haircut, Edward, for this one. Sharpening up. What's the key here for Lau to upset again?
I think his consistency is a big one for him. I saw the way he played against Oscar Goyle last week. Just managed to get a lot of shuttles back and had to really make him work to get play the extra shot to get it on the floor. So I think it's again important for him tonight if he can avoid giving Minota any free points, especially in the defense, and Minota's not able to get through. He'll have to come up and find another answer. But again, both similar styles. If Edward can get control, and I think he's got a slight edge on the net over Minota, so look for him to try and take advantage of that, so he can get the offense to get the lift from there, and then use his attack both with the angles and the power as well.
Well, this should be a lot of fun. You're going to see 2 players at the peak of their powers. Lau perhaps still with improvement at 19 years of age, but 2 players who have brought great form to this league. Singles contest, but very much with the team badge on the uniform.
Ladies and gentlemen, on my right, HeyTour Hawks, represented by Abhinav Minota. On my left, Tiger Brokers Tigers, represented by Edward Lau. HeyTour Hawks to serve, level, play.
Of what we're in for. I hope we've got a lot of shuttles on standby. Long rally to get us underway.
Yeah, great rally first up from both players. I think we saw everything we can expect to see throughout the match, and then Marnie trying to play the box game, just play a little bit further off the net to not give Edward the opportunity, but Edward equal to the task when the opportunity did come to play the net.
Minota returns the favour.
It's over. 1-all.
point, followed by a couple of quick rallies.
6 over. 2, 1.
Have the nickname the Smiling Assassin, Minota, but I must admit there's a little less of the smile tonight. Very focused. Lau knew as he started to leave that one, he knew I'm in trouble.
Yeah, Minota started really strongly. A real hallmark of his game is the way that he controls the rallies and doesn't allow himself to be attacked by his opponent.
Lau with the courtesy that is common in badminton, the apology, but there's nothing wrong with that. It's a great shot, play it straight at the body. Quickly as well.
Yeah, great follow-up on that attack from Minota.
Over. 4, 3.
So it took a little bit of speed off the first one as well to give him the extra time to move forward. It's clever play.
Oh, that is really well played. You know, in basketball terms, they talk about breaking an opponent's ankles when you have them lose their footing and fall over as you fly past them. Well, that was the equivalent, wasn't it? Edward Lau was left sprawled on the floor just by the great placement from Minota.
Yeah, it's a great change of direction from Minota mid-rally as well, forcing Lau to go back to where he came from.
Sense these are important moments here for Edward Lau. He just needs to find that level of consistency.
Yeah, you sort of feel like he's not quite fully settled in yet, but he hasn't really allowed to.
Finally, Minota gets the impression of being human. That's better from Lau, though. Stayed in the point.
Over.
Yeah, exactly. Just made Minota play a few extra shots in that one that he has been so far, but there's a clear intent from Minota to keep the shuttle down in the forehand corner in the rear court of Edward Lau. He did that last time. He's looking to replicate that again tonight. You do feel he's in control of a lot of the rallies. Edward's just a little bit off balance in everything that he plays from the back line, which is typical Minota.
That's good. Difference. Coming forward, mates. Being aggressive.
5, 6. Play.
Lau is looking for a bit of oxygen here at the moment.
It's over. 7, 5.
Hanging in though, isn't he? And I described it as
Over.
being important moments, because when you're not playing well,
6,
you just have to find a way
7.
to stay with your opponent on the scoreboard, especially in the race to 11. I'll tell you what, Lau is going to get sick of the side of that forehand side in the backcourt. You described it, Ollie.
It's over.
Minota is just telling the shuttle to go and set up
8,
camp.
6.
Yeah, it's relentless from him, isn't it? In pursuit of that corner. Especially making Edward run the diagonal as well to the backhand side in the front court. So he's having to cover a lot of court.
Lau was just looking to buy some time, asking to go and use the towel, was told no. And this has to be part of the game. Physically, you've got to be able to go with the opponent. Wasn't a clean winner, but it's a winner nonetheless, and he's still hanging around. Finally, he misses one. This is really impressive from Lau, because suddenly I reckon Minota looks at the score and goes, hey, hang on, I'm in control.
Yeah, it is impressive from Lau the way he's been able to just score points without really doing a huge amount of damage. And looking, he's taken a couple of chances that have come his way, but Minota's been in control of the majority of the rally, so.
Judgment. Have to stop for a little run there. Almost, you sense a sigh of relief from Minota. And that's a rare error from either player. Cheap point given away. 2 game points now.
10. Game point. 8.
First time, I reckon, if he's gone to the backhand corner, just pushes it wide.
Yeah, you can see the idea from
9.
Minota.
10.
Good plan just to mix it up.
Both players, I think, were walking to the chairs. Minota was convinced that was going to go long. It hasn't.
Shuttle. Change.
Well, credit Lau for a perfect shot.
10.
Minota could have played it.
It was a confident lead from Minota as well. He felt that he thought it was going well long.
Lau gets the roll and now has a game point of his own.
There was talk about his quality at the net as well, the touch that he has up there.
11. 10.
Perfect example of it, a pivotal moment in this first game.
Mani Minota. That was class. There's the smile.
He somehow found the way to stay in that rally, did Minota, after he was under all sorts of pressure from Lau on 3 or 4 occasions throughout it.
Over. 12-11.
I'm loving this. This is all the tension of a national title being on the line. And Lau takes the first game, much to the delight of his teammates. And what a game it is to win, when certainly through the opening and middle stages it appeared that Mani Minota was in control, playing well, and Lau was struggling to find his rhythm. But he hung tough. He found a way to win points, stay in rallies, and then just improved the longer that game went. Fought off 2 game points and takes it 13-11.
Yeah, be a massive confidence boost for Lau, able to get that first game across the line there as well. Didn't do too much early on. He took a couple of chances and some shorter rallies and was able to score based on those. But yeah, credit to the way he fought and managed to figure out the way Minota was playing it at the end there, and created his opportunities to use the net and use his strengths there and his attack. So really well played from him, I think, especially to get that one over the line, and now he's into the match as the second game gets underway.
So what does Minota do? Does he change the game plan, or does he persist and just need to be a little more accurate?
I think so. I think he gave a fair amount of the points away to Edward, not by much, but there was a couple of small mistakes that are uncharacteristic from Minota as well that came off his racket. But he had a lot of success in using that forehand corner in the rear court of Lau's, and he actually went away from it a little bit in the last five or six points of that first game. So I think look for him to go back to that, but keep mixing it up, maybe left and right on the back line a little bit more, instead of just keeping it 3, 4, 5 times in the one rally to the same corner there. But he kind of has to continue, I think, doing the same thing. He can't really afford to take Lau on at the net, because he knows that's where his strength is, and then Lau can play the spin at the net and get control of the rally from there. Minota's strength obviously is in his control and the way that he manoeuvres Edward around the court, especially the hold and the lifts and the decisions that he makes to put him on the back line and not let himself be attacked from when Edward's on balance, just make him slightly off balance and then controlling the rally from there. So the way he played that first half of that first game, I think you'll look to him to go back to that sort of style.
Well, potentially a real statement performance from the 19-year-old. If he can get a win over Minota in the match that means the most in the grand final.
Second game.
It also sets up nicely for the national championships in a couple of weeks' time as well.
Level.
So it feels like it is, isn't it? I mean, the tension, the focus from both players. Here we go, second game. Not sure if Mani's disappointed with himself or the call. I think the latter.
Yeah, I agree. Don't normally see much of a reaction from him.
So Edward Lau, this is a concern. He has a problem here, and I think has called for a trainer.
He's called for the referee, I believe.
And he's just not comfortable on, looks to me like the left leg ollie.
Yeah, it looks like he's been growing at the left hamstring, perhaps. I'm speculating a bit here, but
I can only assume that he's after some medical attention of some sort. He's just, we see they're putting some cold spray on the knee, perhaps. Referee Chin Fong did approach. It was the briefest of conversations, and it looks like the players are ready to go again. So perhaps it's just a request. Maybe the trainer needs to be on standby. When I say trainer, I mean in the medical sense, physio.
Over. 1 all.
Looks to be moving all right, Ollie. It's a curious one. Line judge
Let.
unsighted, and
Let.
from the chair, a let is called. Game's just lost its rhythm here with the little break, and then the let called from the chair.
2 1. Oh,
There's certainly little or nothing wrong with Lau's movement.
6 over. 2 all.
If it is going to hamper him anywhere, it will be to that
6 over.
forehand corner in the rear court.
3
So
2.
he'll still get there, all right, but to be able to explode quickly with the footwork up there.
That was that, Ollie.
I don't think he's having any trouble looking at that. Actually,
Over.
I take it all back.
3 all.
Really finding his stride now. Edward Lau, the quality of his recovery shots as well, really, really high. He's under pressure from Manotu. He's taking shuttles
4
late, but
3
still maintains his control and position in the rally. He's able to work his way back into it and then comes up with a winner.
Oh, well played. Bossing the centre court on that occasion, Manota. Just that confirmation, Ollie, that the reason the referee was called was that
over.
Lau needed permission to use
4
the cold spray from his bag.
4
So at the moment, no physio required, but just needed that permission.
Over. 5 4.
So evenly balanced. Manota's staring down all of these calls now.
Over.
He's had a couple he feels have gone against him.
5
He's almost daring
4
the line judge.
encouragement from coach Tony Griffin to Minota after that rally as well. I wonder if there's been a little discussion there just to
5.
try and play a little bit softer on the blocks he's playing in the net. They've become quite far into court, maybe just bring them a little bit shorter in front of the service line.
It's over. 6 all.
You really do sense that Lau has come into this tie tonight wanting to make a statement about his ownership of that #1 ranking. I'll tell you, if we had a camera on the footwork, this would be like an episode of Dancing with the Stars. Both players just covering so much court. And timeout is called.
HeyTour Hawks.
So Tony Griffin has called timeout at a critical juncture of this match. What do you think the message might be, Ollie, if you were to mind read Tony right here, right now?
Yeah, it's a difficult one. It's a great contest from both players. They're both playing at a really high level at the moment. No one's really able to find a way through. So most of the points are coming from mistakes or perhaps the odd poor choice, but there hasn't been many. So I think we've started to see from Minota there, he's playing a little bit softer at the net when he's playing, still playing into the court, so still around the service line, but just shorter as opposed to 30, 40 centimetres past it has been earlier in the match so far. But I think it's a little bit there, so he gets a little
20 seconds.
A few more shots back that are coming a little bit higher up, so he's able to generate a better angle when he's attacking and get away from the flat lifts that Lau's been able to play and make him twist and turn
7
on the back
6.
line.
Lau is just such a fidget. He is perpetual motion, never stops moving. Look at him. Straight down the line.
That is, of course, the danger of playing the net a little bit too early. You give Lau the opportunity to come in and play a quality net shot like that. It's exactly what he's looking for.
Oh, brilliant. This is quality badminton, worthy of a tournament final in its own right, but it is just one of 6 matches tonight.
Yeah, brilliant stuff from both players throughout that rally. It's a real arm wrestle at the moment.
That's a trademark Minota shot though, isn't it? That cross-court forehand drop that's well disguised, and the players are so far back on the court that we saw there
7.
Lau at full stretch couldn't get there.
8.
Yeah, I think particularly impressive about that one as well. He was off balance. It was a little bit flatter. To Lau's credit, that's the first time we've seen it so far early in the match tonight. And he knows how dangerous he can be, so he hasn't given Minota the time in his forehand corner to play it and attack with it.
Oh, the tip off the net. Just doing enough to go beyond Minota. Couldn't react in time.
Over. 9 7.
Young Edward Lau, 19 years of age, #1 in the country. But these are big moments for any player. Manota couldn't get there, and that brings up match points. And this match has just slowly but surely turned, and it's now Lau that looks the more comfortable of the two.
7.
Yeah, he's played really, really well in the second game as well. The quality of his recovery shots, I've talked about it already, from the back of the court have been really high.
There it is, Edward Lau. What a win. May well be considered an upset, but he is the #1 in the country, but taking down his more experienced opponent in Abhinav Manota, who was in brilliant form in that mix to open the night. But it is Edward Lau in straight games, but
Match won
that
by
is,
Tigers, Brokers, Tigers.
in the context of this format,
13-11.
that was a marathon.
11-7.
Oliver, that was a marathon. So many long rallies, so much to and fro. We saw the players looking for air, looking for a breather. But Edward Lau, good enough, and yeah, wins the series, if you like, against Manota 2-1.
Yeah, I think one of the best, if not the best matchup we've seen in the entire LearnCoach New Zealand Badminton League so far. And what a match from both players. We saw Manota get off to a fantastic start early in that first game, but Lau was able to hang on and work his way into the match and eventually just take that first game despite being behind the whole way. But what a performance from him, especially in the second game there, with such quality as well. He's with Andrew.
Thanks, Ollie. I just saw you, a big sigh of relief. That was a great win, but a real physical one, wasn't it?
Yeah, he pushed me all around the court, and every point that I won, I had to work for it. It was no like easy points or anything like that.
It looked like early in the match you were struggling for rhythm a little bit, and we were talking about how well Manota was playing, but you found a way to stay in the match. You never let him get away.
Yeah, I just told myself to focus 1 point at a time when I was behind, or if I'm leading, just 1 point at a time and play my game.
Did you feel like your rhythm was coming back, though, in that second game? Did you feel like you'd moved up?
Yeah, definitely. The end of the first set, I think that's when I found my rhythm. Yeah.
Well done, mate. That's a great win. So you can brag about the series, because in the LearnCoach New Zealand League, that's 2-1 for you over Abhinav Manota. You'll take that anytime, won't you?
Yeah, I will. But main thing is the team. Get the team win. Yeah.
Absolutely. Well said, mate. Congratulations. Great performance. Edward Lau, summing it up, the personal part of it is important, but this is a team game. This is the LearnCoach New Zealand League, and he wants his team to win. And what he's done is put the Tiger Brokers Tigers back on level terms with the HeyTour Hawks. And we now lead into the women's singles. The LearnCoach New Zealand Badminton League Grand Final, and it has just been set alight with a wonderful performance by Edward Lau, levelling the tie up at 1 apiece. We knew this was going to be close, and so it is already playing out. The HeyTour Hawks got the opening win in the mixed doubles through Minota and Calder Hawkins, but Edward Lau, back-to-back wins over Mani Minota. He won the last time they played in round robin, and this time he did it in straight games. So these matches towards the end of our schedule, I think they're looming to be quite critical indeed. Let's welcome, though, our next match onto our show court. It's the women's singles. Simon Lynn, umpire for this one, leads the players out. And whilst it sounded curious, us describing the New Zealand #1 winning in an upset in the men's singles, this one is a little more clear-cut in terms of favouritism. We'll talk about that in a moment. Here's Simon.
Green or black? Green call. Green it is. You'll receive. Happy on that side. Thank you.
Because this one has a very clear favourite. Oliver Leyden-Davis is alongside me, of course, New Zealand's leading international player with vast experience, and played for the One Pure Wolves throughout this LearnCoach New Zealand League. Ollie, Sally, the obvious favourite. That carries its own pressure. Courtney Trillo, though, has been improving through this competition.
Yes, she certainly has. She's been one of the major improvers throughout the weeks, and I think we saw a real even contest, especially in the first two games between those two last time we played. So the last time they played, rather. So yeah, I think important for Courtney to get off to a good start tonight if she wants to put any pressure on Sally as well again.
And Courtney has spoken to us on occasion, and she has spoken about the nerves and about her when she started her first match. It was, by her own admission, a little bit of possum in the headlights that being out on this court on TV, but she's grown more accustomed. But suddenly that goes up another level again tonight.
Yeah, it is. I think she's, to her credit, she's adapted really well and managed to work her way into the competition and be a real threat to anybody. I think the next step for her is, can she get across the line as probably an underdog in this match and be able to cause that upset. She was close last time. It takes that extra little bit of courage to stick to the game plan and get the win on the board.
Sally Fu's record 5-1, whilst Courtney Trillo has 2 wins, 4 losses. And Sally winning both of these clashes in 3. So Courtney has been able to push Sally Fu without quite getting over the line.
And of course, she did have a match point last time they played as well, Courtney. Right. So just the one at 14-all in the decider. Sorry, in the second game, but then lost the third set quite comfortably, 11-6 there. But she's shown she can get herself to a point where she can win.
So many positive stories through this LearnCoach New Zealand League. I mean, take your pick. Pick any player out of this competition, and they will talk about how it has benefited their game and their career. For yourself, Ollie, I'm sure coming back to New Zealand and settling back here in New Zealand from your previous base over in Europe, to be able to come back here and be here and know this competition's in place, it's got to do great things for your badminton.
Yeah, it certainly has, and again, not just for mine, for everybody that's been involved to be a part of a league like this that we haven't seen over a duration that's more than a few days for a long, long time. So I think to be able to, the speed of development, I guess, of young players, well, players young and old, in New Zealand badminton, it's fantastic to see, and I think it only helps.
Ladies and gentlemen, on my right, Tigers, Brokers, Tigers, represented by Sally Fu. On my left, HeyTour Hawks, represented by Courtney Trillo. Tiger, Brokers, Tigers to serve. Love all. Play.
There's no nerves there. That's one way to get rid of the butterflies.
1 love.
call. Courtney Trillo having a lot of success in that corner, that same forehand corner on the front court against Sally Fu last time.
This is a really good start from Trillo and will help her build real confidence. If you do get the chance on a couple of these rallies, just to focus on the feet of Trillo. Just want you to see her speed of court coverage. It's one of her real strengths, isn't it?
Yeah, she is really hard to get the shuttle on the floor against as well. She also, the way she plays, she doesn't, when she's playing well, she doesn't open herself up to opportunities to be attacked.
It's over.
Sally Fu on the board.
1-3.
Pulled wide.
It's over. 4-1.
Oh, that missed by the nearest margins.
2-4.
Sally's starting to warm to the task.
4-4.
Yeah, good smart smash from Sally Fu there down Courtney Trillo's backhand side.
There's that shot.
Service over.
And you're right, Ollie. In the last clash, that's what Courtney Trillo
5-4.
to an 11-9 first game win. And this time goes to the backhand with the drop. We will hand out the Bristol Ashley Designs MVP for the entire league and for tonight in our presentations. But I wonder if there was a most improved over the course of the LearnCoach New Zealand League. Courtney Trillo would have to be in that conversation.
Yeah, she certainly would. And we're seeing the evidence of why in this first game here. Really solid in all aspects. Hasn't given away too many free points at all.
And now she's just rolling the shuttle over the net cord.
10 points.
Super impressive here, Trillo.
It's over. 5-10.
Sally, she can string another couple of points together here. She just put some doubt into Trillo's mind, but she's got a mountain to climb, Sally Fu. That's that time.
7, 10.
It's out. Sally Fu starting to find some good form though, and that's a danger sign for Courtney Trillo going into the second.
First game won by HeyTour Hawks,
The
11-7.
most danger. Sally Fu's the one at risk, having lost that 11-7. Really impressive run in the middle of that opening game.
Yeah, really solid performance from Trillo in that first game there. There wasn't much spectacular coming from a racket, but there didn't need to be. She had a game plan there to move Sally Fu on that diagonal as well, from the forehand in the front court to the backhand corner in the rear court, and she executed that really well. Didn't hit too many clean winners, but just made Fu cover a lot of court and asked her to really generate a lot of precision and play some really high quality shots to score her points, and she wasn't able to do it.
I kind of feel that Courtney Trillo would benefit here from just being able to, I don't know, take some sort of a memory blanking pill. Just wipe away that now. Forget she's won that first game. In fact, ask for the scoreboards to be turned off as well, because I think that's where, in trying to close out a game, she's had some issues. So if she can do what Edward Lau did, just play point to point, forget the scoreboard, it's going to help her.
Yeah, I agree. I think the way she played, or she got to that 10-4 lead in that first game, but also in particular the way she played that last rally, when she tries to be aggressive and score her points against Sally Fu, she can put herself in a bit of trouble, and that's where the errors creep in. When she is just content to just retrieve and just play the shuttle into an open court, attack a little bit to the forehand corner in the front of Sally Fu when she gets the chance, that's how she scores the points. She doesn't have to do too much, to be the player that just keeps the shuttle coming back into open space and make Sally Fu generate something out of nothing.
Love all. Play.
That's by a long way.
Service over. 1 love. Service over. 1 all.
Short serve, that one from Courtney Trillo.
2-1.
Appropriately put away by Sally Fu. Good strong smash into the body. Nice variety from her.
Only loss came in the last round robin in Shauna Lee,
3-1.
and it was 7-1. So she really fell away.
Service over.
Even more important for Courtney Trillo to not allow Fu
2-3.
any sort of a lead here. Stay with her, keep those doubts in her mind.
Yeah, exactly, and that's all she needs to do as well. Again, nothing spectacular about that shot, good quality on it, but it was the flat clear from Fu that gives Trillo the opportunity to put Fu under pressure. So patient, wait for the opportunity. And then don't overdo it when the chance comes. Great disguise on that drop shot again.
4-3.
And when she plays the mentality of with the mentality rather of just playing the shuttle around into the open court.
Well, she's also annoying because she gets in the head of the opponent because she gets so many shuttles back. And there then creeps in an element of despair from across the net. She's just playing superbly, really playing superb badminton.
You're absolutely right. When she gets that many shuttles back as well as an opponent, it forces them to go for smaller margins, and then the mistakes creep in. And
Tiger Brokers Tigers.
An appropriate timeout there from Henry Tam.
Yeah, I think it's almost the body language as much as the scoreline that's led to this from Henry Tam, just looking to try and arrest what's been, a 4-point run. I think Sally was 3-2 up in this game. Tony Griffin, meanwhile, he'll just be, I'm sure, focused. He'll know his players well, and I'm sure the focus right now is to keep Trillo in the zone, as they say. It won't necessarily be tactical. It'll be about stay in the moment, keep playing the rallies as you've been playing them.
20 seconds.
Yeah, I agree, and also just referring to what exactly is that she's been doing, the way she's been playing at the moment, and just making sure that she's aware of that and sticking to it for Sally Fu. I think the message has to be patient. She has to be prepared to work hard to get her chances.
It's wide. The length was okay.
4-6.
This was a problem for Trillo earlier in the competition, losing a whole batch of points in rapid time. Just allowing Sally Fu back into this one here. Court coverage from Trillo. I wonder is there ever a training exercise, Ollie, where you say you can hit the doubles lines at me and you cover more court? It's almost what she's doing. She just, you said it earlier, you cannot get the shuttle on the floor against her.
It's over.
Yeah, unless she lets it go.
7-all.
Great shot.
It's over.
Okay, these are big moments now.
7.
Yeah, this is when your ability to stick to a game plan.
A lovely shot, Sally Fu.
It's over.
Good rally from both players there.
8-all.
Good patience from Trillo. Good choices throughout. So Sally Fu had to come up with something dangerous to win that one.
It's over.
Footwork just leaving a little to be desired, not getting there with a good glance, and the shuttle ends up halfway up the net. Big breath, Courtney Trillo. 2 points from an upset. sight, isn't it? Trillo left languishing on the court surface.
9-all.
Yeah, again, from Trillo's perspective, though, it's a good rally. Doesn't matter that Sally has to hit the winner.
Match point.
10. Match point 9.
Just saw Courtney Trillo say, come on. Oh, that is a great win. That is a great win. And you see the reaction from her teammates. And that is superb. And I'm going to be fascinated to hear from Courtney Trillo. She'll have to catch her breath and come and talk to us. But I reckon that's going to rate very, very highly in her career.
11-9.
And the acknowledgement there from Tony Griffin. And that was a game plan. That's brilliantly coached, brilliantly executed, and as well brilliantly finished from Courtney Trillo.
Yeah, fantastic performance from Trillo. I think we've alluded to her having improved the most, I think, out of anybody over the last 6 weeks, and what a way to sign off and your only match in the grand final tonight. The way she executed that, had match points against Fu in the last encounter, and perhaps lost her nerve a little bit at the end and was a little over-aggressive and impatient in chasing the win. But tonight, complete calm, composure. What a way to finish in 2 sets. So let's hear from her now with Andrew.
Oh, fantastic. I just want to yahoo and jump for joy with you. How good is that for you in your career? Tell me how good that feels.
Haven't been Sally in probably 5 to 10 years. So.
And to do it here in the grand final, I mean, I remember talking to you, and right at the start of this competition, you said you were a bit nervous, that it was a little bit daunting. Well, here you are in front of a crowd on TV and showing so much poise. How much have you grown and developed through this competition, just through the 6 weeks?
Oh, heaps. Yeah, it started off real bad. As you saw when I versed Shauna, that was terrible. And then slowly just, yeah.
Well, this is the one we're talking about now, and this was brilliant. This was brilliant. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much.
Courtney Trillo, that is stunning, and she's going to be buzzing, I think, for some time after that win over Sally Fu, and it really does set this tie alight. There's so much more to come. Stay with us as we now head into the business end of this grand final in the LearnCoach New Zealand Badminton League. Welcome back to the grand final of the LearnCoach New Zealand Badminton League, and it is delicately poised, and it is so on the back of a wonderful win by Courtney Trillo, an upset over Sally Fu, taking Courtney's record to 3-4 in this competition, and Sally to 5-2. And importantly, though, giving the Hawks that 2-1 lead at the midway points of this tie. And we have women's doubles and mixed doubles to round out our evening, and they are marathon matches so far. But up next, let's welcome our men's doubles onto our show courts. This one, arguably now, looms even more importantly for the Hawks, given they've come through. It's been topsy-turvy, hasn't it? Because most, I think, would have expected Minota to win the singles and then Sally Fu. So in a roundabout kind of way, are we at the scoreline that many would have predicted?
I think so, yeah. I think this men's doubles clash here is going to be absolutely critical in the overall result of tonight's match.
And it is Abhinav Minota again who's out there on court. We'll introduce the players momentarily. For the moment, they're introducing themselves to each other. Here's Trishka.
All green. Black called. Black. Danny to receive. Who? Declan to serve. You want this side?
So this is an interesting matchup because both combinations have been lightly played, haven't they, through this LearnCoach New Zealand League?
Yeah, we spoke about Dakman Vong and Edward Lau playing together just last week as perhaps a bit of an experiment, because the Tigers had already booked a spot in the final, and here they are playing together tonight. So obviously Henry Tam saw a lot in that partnership last week.
Whilst Danny Ode and Mani Minota. Here's Mani at 28 years of age and playing the third of his 3 matches tonight. Of course, that's not accounting for a possible golden game, and I've got to tell you, that's starting to loom quite large in our thinking. Edward Lau on the far side. We've just seen him already tonight against Minota, so on opposite sides of the nets. For the moment, sharing that side of the court, but they will soon, of course, be separated again. Dakman Vong for the first time. Both of these players for the first time tonight. Dakman Vong, 20 years of age, men's doubles ranking of 3. Plays out of Auckland. And just to the right of frame there is Danny Ode, 29, one of the experienced campaigners, along with Minota, leading this HeyTour Hawks side with a New Zealand men's doubles ranking of 6. So Ode and Minota have played just the twice. And I think both of their wins, I think, may well have been against the One Pure Wolves.
Yep, that's correct.
I actually knew that. I just wanted to open that door and let you walk right through it, Ollie. But
yeah, I'll oblige.
But they haven't played a lot, have they, in this competition, these two?
No, I think that's been down to the fact that Danny and Jasmine Ing, usually play together in the mix as well, and they've got an established partnership. So preferred to use Ode there and then switch Ryan Tong up, use him in the men's doubles instead, but they've opted to do the reverse tonight. Okay, so Ryan Tong is going to play in that mix later with Jasmine. So hence Danny is paired with Mani Minota again here. Well, these players will know in no uncertain terms at all how important this is. If the Hawks can win it, then at the very least, they push this grand final to a golden game. And it means they are all but going into the last 2 matches. Whereas Tiger Brokers Tigers maybe with a little more pressure on their shoulders, knowing that they must win to draw level at 2 apiece. Which way do you see it going, Ollie? I think touched on an interesting point there to give the Hawks a 3-1 advantage, but I think it's almost necessary for them to win this one with, on paper, the Tigers, I think, being favourites in the last 2 matches to bring it back to 3-all.
Ladies and gentlemen, on my right, Tiger Brokers Tigers, represented by Edward Lau and Dakman Vong. And on my left, HeyTour Hawk, represented by Abhinav Mamota and Danny Ode. Tiger Brokers Tigers to serve, Dakman Vong to Danny Ode. Love all. Play. One. Love.
I'll call it an unforced error, but when Minota's looming large on the other side of the net, it's that pressure that leads to that mistake on serve.
Service over. 2-1.
So Lau and Vong
Service
have
over.
played against the
2-all.
HeyTour Hawks. And on that occasion, they defeated Danny Ode and Ryan Tong. So it's not an unfamiliar combination to be playing the Hawks, but they haven't played Ode and Minota.
Service over. 3-2.
Good power.
4-2.
Yeah, definitely one of his strengths, Dakman Vong. Quite relaxed in his on-court demeanour, but
5-2.
he's quite explosive actually when he jumps out and hits hard, especially through the mid-court.
He's sensing Minota, isn't he? I think the better option might have been to have dropped that serve into the net again. Great recovery, good defensive work by both Ode and Minota.
4-5. Service over. 6-4.
Minota also fallible on serve. Danny Ode hit the court surface there, they were in trouble. Lau and Vong were good enough to put it away.
Definitely the more aggressive of the two pairs so far as well, Lau and Vong. Willing to take more chances at the net, and I think that's why they've got an 8-4 advantage.
sent into the first row.
It's over. 5.
It's that
8.
scoreline where if they can pick up a couple of points here now, Manotoa know they're right back in it. But equally, if they don't, the first game's gone.
Fault receiver. Standing on the line.
Well, that's the first time I've seen that called the entire league.
6.
So Vong's had a toe on the line whilst receiving.
I haven't seen that called for a very long time. Good spot from Trish Gubb. Yeah, not a mistake you want to make, though.
Out.
A succession of errors from either server or receiver.
6.
This has been a weak spot for the Tigers.
Service over. 7. 9. Service over. 10. Game point. 7.
At the moment, it's the youngsters with the upper hand. It's wide.
Over.
But, a
8,
little lucky
10.
for Danny Ode. I'm not sure he had that corner covered. Well played, Zachman Vong. Very alert to that cross-court winner, just played it flat and with some power. And it is Lau and Vong for the Tiger Brokers Tigers. And based on the comment you made midway through that game, if the Hawks don't win this, do you think they're in trouble?
I do. Yeah, I think the Tigers are favourites. It's a little closer in the ladies doubles, but I think that the Tigers are clear favourites in that last mixed as well. So I think it could potentially go 3-2, 4-2 if the Tigers were to lock it up at 2 apiece in this doubles. And at the moment, the way they're playing it, it's looking like that's what they're going to do. They were really polished in that first game. I think just able to play safe with a little bit of speed. Just down, so not tight to the net to give the Hawks the opportunity to come in and challenge back again, but just forcing them to play up and then controlling through the mid and the rear court as well. Great coverage from Lau at the net, which has been able to allow them to do that, and he's generating those shots to come up flat to Zachman Vong's racket that he's able to generate power and counter-attack that way. So important the Hawks find a way to get themselves out of that flat game where they're just lifting a little bit too flat, coming up into the rackets of the Tigers players.
And I wonder at the moment if the Hawks aren't missing a player of the personality of a Dylan Sajasa. But, you know, both Danny Ode and Mani Manotoa relatively reserved here. And I just wonder if they need that level of explosiveness and emotion that we saw from Sajasa. You experienced it firsthand, where he can just lift. It can change a moment, can't it? Just with that vocal shout and one big smash.
Yeah, it's just an injection of energy onto the court, isn't it? And it helps pull your partner up as well, and away you go, and you really set the tone for the energy of the match.
Love all.
Either way, you feel something needs to change for the Hawks the way this is going.
Play.
Well, there's the smash part of it.
It's over.
They are reserved, aren't they?
1. Love.
Equally, you can call it composed. Plenty of experience. Oh, great backhand smash. Little time to prepare, Zachman Vong.
1. All.
Yeah, Here's the first coverage as well that did the damage. Yeah, the Hawks have got to find an answer to the way Edward Lau's playing at the net at the moment. He's covering a lot of court. He's doing it well. He's able to keep the shuttle flat in the way he's pushing past the front player as well, asking them to play back with real quality.
Service over.
He's not giving away a lift either.
2 all.
I think the Hawks need to come in, both Danny Oda and Minota, to come in, play with a little bit more speed to get it past him, give themselves some time to come forward and take the net early.
It's just not going their way, is it? I say not going the way of the Hawks, but the Tigers really have a nice rhythm, nice partnership going here. Remember, it is just the second time they've played.
They're defending well as well, aren't they, the Tigers?
The movement's good.
Again, Lau playing well at the front of the court. Not particularly dangerous, but he's not giving away a lift either. He's really making them work to get the shuttle up.
Ball. Over.
Push return from Danny Ode.
3 4.
Sense, though, at the moment, the Hawks are just hanging in there. Oh, brilliant. Minota covered a lot of court there.
4 all.
Yeah, it was the overplay from the midcourt that did the damage. Nice little mix-up from him to be playing everything down from the midcourt, which has allowed the Tigers players to be aggressive and taking that step forward without worrying about anything that goes behind them. Nice variation from Minota there.
Okay, a couple of points like that may well see them get their tails
5
up.
4.
Yeah, that was well read, definite plan there from the Hawks. Well executed.
And there's an example of the plan not working.
Service over. 5 all.
Minota scratching the head literally
6 5.
and figuratively. It was a mistake on the service reception. These are cheap points they're giving away. The experienced partnership too. And Tony Griffin has noticed that as well.
Out.
It's called
Tigers.
timeout. Just get themselves back into it and looking like they could be in a strong position, and then bang, bang, 2 cheap points, and suddenly Lau and Vong are favourites again.
Yeah, especially on the serve of Dakman Vong as well, who's looked a little more vulnerable there tonight. Doesn't have to be that special, but yeah, just a couple of things that when you work hard to get it back to an even keel and then give away a couple of easy ones, it's expensive when it's only to 11. I think they'll both be disappointed with that, but can't be thinking about it now, and an appropriate timeout, I think, from Tony Griffin. There's been signs of, I think, them really being there in the set, the way they've been able to challenge the net more and be more aggressive through the midcourt and actually maintain control of the attack.
20 seconds.
As well as they've been good and they've taken chances in the first 3 as well. So
7 5. Play.
They eventually just proved too much, and this is now a position of real dominance for Lau and Vong.
5.
Yeah, well played from Lau in that rally. Worked his way around a lot of the court there, but just was able to sustain the pressure.
Service over. 6, 8.
They must now have their best moments in the match. 6-8 down, 1 game down.
Service over.
Credit Lau and Vong though.
9, 6.
Pressure's just been constant.
Just have to take the pace out of one of those, the Hawks, if they want to get it down and get the lift. Being outplayed in the flat.
Oh, it's brilliant, Danny Ode. That might be the moment of inspiration. They're in a real spot of bother here, but he was superb defensively midway through that rally.
Yeah, he certainly was. A massive difference between 6-10 and 7-9. Brilliant, Minota. I think that was the one he was looking for before when Vong played the other return. It was a step ahead, but not on that occasion.
Here they come.
9, all.
Again, all started from the agreement they made in the first 3 there. Never relinquish control of that rally from the start of it.
Play.
Is the greater experience going to come to the fore now? No.
Service over.
Match point.
10. Match point. 9.
Oh, well played. Edward Lau and Jackman Vong, the youngsters, with a great win over their more experienced rivals, and it levels the tie up at 2 apiece. And these matches are so hard to predict, and even when they are won in straight games, they are won in a tense and tight tussle. The matches are physical,
Match won by
the
Tiger
matches
Brokers
are
Tigers,
mentally
11-8,
draining,
11-9.
and with 2 to play, we're all tied up at 2 apiece. But well played, the youngsters.
Yeah, great performance from Lau and Vong. They were too good in the first game as well. Aggressive early in the midcourt and able to get it down and get the lifts and put the pressure on from there. But again, I think the midcourt in the second game was where they won the match as well. A little bit, had to fight a little bit harder for it, but took advantage of the flat rallies and their skills there with the racket just a little bit faster than those of Minota and Danny Ode. So credit to the Tigers the way they played there. Bit of a fight back from the Hawks in the second. They played well, made some good agreements in the first 3 shots and were able to score some cheap points. But at the end of the day, I think the superiority in the midcourt and the offense from Lau and Vong was what got them over the line and brings it back to 2-all in the overall match. So let's hear from them. They're with Andrew.
Thanks, Ollie. Well done, guys, against more experienced opponents, but you guys kept your cool and played it very well.
Yeah, the first time we played them in Golden Game, it was quite close, so we knew that we could win this match.
What was the key to the good performance? What have you guys spoken about, Dackman, leading into this?
We just spoke before about trying to get more into the attack and not defending too much because, yeah, their attack's quite good. So
yeah, I mean, it seems to be the key. Aggressive, get going forward, yeah?
Yeah, I think that's how men's double is. Whoever gets the attack usually wins, so yeah.
Set up nicely, isn't it? 2-all, 2 to play? You feeling confident with the last 2 matches coming up?
Yeah, Deckman's playing, so I'm pretty confident. Yeah.
Great stuff, great stuff. Got belief in the teammate. Well done, fellas. Great win. So there we go. Edward Lau's having a great night. Dakman Vong winning the men's doubles. And there are 2 matches to play, and we are tied up at 2 apiece in the grand final. Up next, the women's doubles. The grand final is delicately poised. Wow, it is set up beautifully going into the final 2 matches because it is all tied up at 2 apiece. Tiger Brokers Tigers and the HeyTour Hawks with the women's doubles and the mixed still to come. It was Minota and Calder Hawkins got the Hawks off to a good start. Then we split the singles. Lau winning for the Tigers and Trillo with a superb win for the Hawks. But Lau and Dakman Vong have just redressed the balance in the men's doubles. So we are 2-2. Let's welcome our women's doubles players onto our show courts. Oliver Layden-Davis alongside, and Ollie, without wanting to be unkind to these 2 combinations, it's a little bit of the battle of the desperates here. Neither combination has had a whole lot of fun in this LearnCoach New Zealand League. Sally Fu and Justine Villegas at 1 win, 4 losses. Erina Calder Hawkins and Jasmine Ng 1 win and 5 losses. So, I mean, someone's going to be very happy at the end of this, but they both struggled, haven't they?
Yeah, they have. I think looking at the results on paper as well, they've obviously had a difficult time, so perfect occasion to try and restore that.
Black or green? Black, green. That's black. On my right, serve or receive? Service and to receive. Thank you.
It is a little bit the nature of the way both teams have set themselves up here, that Sally and Justine bring plenty of experience, but arguably, especially for the Hawks, their firepower, their senior players, Minota, Danny Ode, Erina Calder-Hawkins with Minota, they've already played. You know, it's going to be fascinating going to the last mixed doubles as we see Calder-Hawkins there at 22 years of age. Women's doubles ranking of 5. So it's partly these stats that will surprise because of the lack of results. Justine Villegas, her partnership with Sally Fu for the Tigers, she's ranked 10th in the country in women's doubles. And you would think they'd make a great combination. Sally with the power and perhaps a dominance at times in the backcourt. Justine at the front court. Sally, just 21 years of age, has been on the national scene for some time and is the top-ranked women's doubles player. Jasmine Ng, first time we see Jasmine tonight. She'll play in these last 2 matches, and we know for sure both will be played now. Jasmine at 23 years of age comes in with a ranking of 6 in the country in women's doubles. And so the point I was making, Ollie, is that the Hawks, for example, go into the last time, jumping ahead a little bit here, but Ryan Tong and Jasmine Ng, with all that pressure, it's interesting that they would choose to do that because they could have flipped the mixed and had Abhinav Minota and Calder-Hawkins playing in the last one. So tactically, it's interesting.
Yeah, it certainly is. Obviously, put a lot of faith in Ryan Tong as well to embrace and thrive under the pressure of what's probably going to be.
It's his only game.
Yeah.
It's his only game coming in. But for now, our focus is on the match in front of us, the women's doubles. Who do you favour, Ollie? I should point out, I'm just waiting for you to tell me who you favour, and I might dash off to the TAB and go the other way. I think the way things are going tonight.
Yeah, the track record isn't great tonight. I've got to give you that. Yeah, I think, to try and redeem myself, I'm going to put, I think I'll go Fu and Villegas to take this one. I think Sally's, probably looking for a bit of redemption from a singles as well. There's a bit of fire there to use the power, and I think they can combine a little bit better with Villegas, obviously in more of the role as the front court player. But key to the Hawks there will be able to how much they can address that and put Villegas on the back line and try and reverse the preferred formation of the Tigers.
In truth, this is so tough to pick though. Calder-Hawkins and Jasmine Ng won this last time, 11-8, 13-11. But the 2 ties between these 2 pairings, 1 apiece. 1 apiece. So it is so tough to pick. All matches tonight have
Ladies and gentlemen, on my right, HeyTour Hawks, represented by Erina Calder-Hawkins, Jasmine Ng. On my left, Tiger Brokers Tigers, represented by Sally Fu, Justine Villegas. Tiger Brokers Tigers to serve, Justine Villegas to Erina Calder-Hawkins. Level, play.
Jasmine just a little bit of adrenaline coursing through the veins, pushing that one too deep.
1 love.
Aren't they, in the opening 2 points?
Yeah, combining nicely.
Love.
Fu and Villegas.
This is a really good start.
3 love.
Look at Sally on her toes. There's a real purpose about them.
4 love.
Hawks are not doing a whole lot with the shuttle, are they? They're just pushing it up and keeping it in play, not doing enough.
5 love.
Yeah, it's too easy for the Tigers to get themselves into their preferred formation, with Fu doing a lot of damage at the back early on.
First mistake, first point for the Hawks.
It's over. 1 5.
Race to 11 though. 5 love. It's almost slammed the door shut. Oh, what a lovely touch. Full stretch.
2 5.
Isn't it? It seems such a simple game. Be aggressive, hit the shuttle down, and ultimately you should come out on top.
Yeah, much better.
3 5.
Better constructed rally from the Hawks there. Really giving Villegas a workover at the back of the court as well. Caught her off balance there 2-3 times.
It's over. 6 3. It's over. 4 6.
I said it, 5 love. The door's just about slammed shut. Well, the Hawks have just slowly but surely edged it back open.
6.
I think you made a great point as well about them not doing enough with the shuttle and defense, and they've really turned that around. As soon as I say that, they revert back to just putting it back
It's over.
in the rackets of Fu
7
and Villegas, but
5.
in their little comeback there, they were able to manoeuvre players around the back line. And
they've certainly had
It's
the better
over.
of
6
the middle stages.
7.
Essentially, they've won this middle part of the game 6-2, called Hawkins and E. They can't quite draw level.
yeah, the idea is right
It's over.
from Calder Hawkins to play the block and follow in.
6.
Trying to be a little more aggressive in the defense.
That's by a long way. just opens up
9,
again.
6.
Communication superb, and I hope you're picking that up at home between Sally Fu and Justine Villegas. Constant communication throughout
10.
that rally.
Game point, 6.
And that's a mental error.
It's over. 7, 10.
Well set up. Hard work was done before the winning smash.
8, 10.
Yeah, better patience, better control in the defense from the Hawks. Staying away from the flat, hard responses. Taking a little bit of speed out or going high and long to the back line. Give themselves a bit more time to maneuver the Tigers around.
Thought about it.
Nine, 10.
Ultimately off the frame and out of court, and the first game has gone the way of Sally Fu and Justine Villegas in this
Game won by Tiger Brokers
topsy-turvy
Tigers.
grand
11,
final.
6.
And it is the Tiger Brokers Tigers again with the advantage, but it's by the slimmest of margins, isn't it? This is a match very much in the balance, like the tie.
Yeah, great fight back from the Hawks pair to come back from that 5-love deficit. Especially in the way they're playing the rallies now as well. They're much more evenly matched. And initially, they were a bit passive in the defense. The Hawks happy just to give it back to Sally Fu on the back line. And she's too powerful. She's too good from back there to just sit back in the defense and almost feed her in a way. So credit to them for the way they changed that. And they're able to start moving her around on the back line, put her off balance a bit, takes a bit of the pressure off that she's able to create, and also generates a little more space in the front court that they can play the shuttle into and then get the attack themselves. But I think, yeah, they may have lost that first game, the Hawks, but they're definitely right there. And we're looking for a really even contest coming out early on in the second game.
Yeah, and I'm sure Tony Griffin will be emphasising that you were 5-love down. So as far as momentum, as far as the match goes, we're okay. We're okay. And Jasmine Ng with the customary smile. Nothing seems to faze Erin Calder Hawkins either, so they won't be daunted by the prospect of having to come back from having lost the first game. But equally, I would suggest that a confident Sally Fu and Justine Villegas are a dangerous proposition.
Yeah, they certainly are, and we saw that again in the first half of that first game there. If the
20
Hawks are able
seconds,
to be
20 seconds.
to be patient and keep them in the defense for a little bit longer, there is a potential tendency as well for, especially Sally, a little bit from the back line to go for a little bit much or be a little bit too creative, which can sometimes, I guess, open up the opportunity for a counter-attack from the Hawks as well. So that's something to keep in mind from the Tigers' point of view, that they don't open themselves up and stay patient in the plan.
Remember, Sally and
Second
Justine
game.
are yet to contribute
Level.
to their team tonight. Both have been on the losing
Play.
side of their earlier matches. lovely shot to finish what until that point had been a very patient rally from both pairings.
1 love.
Yeah, really solid defensive choices from both pairs, able to find open space to stay in the rally. Great drop shot from Villegas to finish.
Dangerous. Remember, they led 5-love in the first game. Now the Hawks about to allow the Tigers out to another early lead.
And Villegas playing really well tonight as well.
Oh! Well, I think Justine has injured a knee here, and I think this might not be a good injury either, because it's a change of direction. It's a change of direction, and often that can be the worst when they were just both caught going in one direction and turned to go the other way. And sadly, Justine Villegas has gone down clutching at her right knee, I believe. So this is not good news. We will need a physio. We will need some medical help here for Justine. Just at a point in the match where they were starting to go clear and looking like a dominant force. So, and quite rightly, the crew just staying clear of any images we don't need to see. The anguish for Justine, but clearly there's concern all around the gym for her welfare here. And I can tell you that Chin Fong, the match referee, is out there with her, and will be looking to get some help. And I think the other girls are going to come across as well and just look to try and help Justine. And this is a terrible moment in the final. Injury for anyone is the last thing we want to see. And this looks like a bad one for Justine Villegas. And has just set a silence around the stadium here. Everyone just in a little bit of shock. And Ollie, it's the last thing anyone wants to see is an injury, and a particular one that would appear to be a serious one. Let's hope that she's okay. I can tell you that off camera she's sitting comfortably and talking with the match referee and also coaches, and has extended that leg out and is sitting comfortably. But I don't think she, well, I'm certain, Ollie, she's not going to be able to carry on. So I think this match is going to have to be defaulted, which in the context of the tie is disappointing. But what's most important right here, right now, is the welfare of Justine Villegas.
Yeah, exactly right. Any injury in any context is the worst thing that can happen to any player.
So the handshakes are happening. So there's confirmation that sadly this match has ended in the worst possible fashion.
Justine Villegas retired. Match won by HeyTour Hawks. 6-11, love 2.
So this is not one, Ollie, that anyone wants to see and that we want to have to talk about, but it does change the fortunes of the tie with a win through injury going the way of Calder Hawkins and Jasmine Ng, and that is going to see the Hawks go into a 3-2 lead.
Yeah, really sad way for that match to finish. It was shaping up to be a really enthralling doubles encounter between those two pairs, but yeah, again, wishing Justine Villegas a speedy recovery from the injury to the knee. I can see now that she's got some ice on that and plenty of people around her, so that's the main thing, of course. But in the greater context of the tie, that does put the Hawks 3-2 ahead. Let's hear from Erina and Jasmine with Andrew.
Guys, not the situation you wanted to come and talk to me, and our thoughts at the moment are just with Justine, and let's hope the injury's not too serious. It's the last way that anyone wants to end a match, yeah?
Yeah, definitely. I don't even know what to say. I wasn't expecting that we would have to speak right now, to be honest. Just thinking, about Justine at the moment.
Yeah. Well, certainly best wishes. Thanks for coming over and joining us, and best wishes to Justine right now. And we'll make sure that she's okay. And the tie's going to continue. The tie's going to go on. But sadly, this match has concluded. But thanks, guys. Thank you. So Erin Calder-Hawkins and Jasmine Ng, understandably, no comment about the nature of the match. It's really just the welfare of Justine Villegas. And I can tell you that she's comfortable. She's from my vantage point here, I can see Justine talking to some of the medical staff and coaches. So we'll look to get an update for you. But clearly a knee injury that has ended that women's doubles in the worst possible fashion for both Justine and for her team. But the tie will go on. The grand final continues, and it all comes down to the final match now. The mixed doubles. Are we headed to a golden game to decide the LearnCoach New Zealand Badminton League, or can the Hawks wrap it up in the final match? Well, welcome back to the LearnCoach New Zealand Badminton League Grand Final as we build now into our final match of the evening and of the season, with the Tiger Brokers Tigers 2, the HeyTour Hawks 3, and just a little bit of a quiet around the stadium still on the manner in which that most recent match ended. And we wish Justine Villegas all the best after clearly a right knee injury. Ended that women's doubles, and Sally Fu and Justine Villegas were in control at the time as well, having taken the first and leading the second. But it's not the way you want to win a match, but officially it will go down as a win for the Hawks, Calder Hawkins and Jasmine Ng, and their only concern at the end of that match was the welfare of Justine Villegas. So it all comes down to this final mixed doubles clash to decide the outcome. If the Tigers can win it, we will go to a golden game. If the Hawks win it, they will become your LearnCoach New Zealand Badminton League champions. Let's welcome our final match onto our show courts. Well, that, of course, puts a little more pressure on these players as well, because their warm-up has been curtailed, sped up, if you like, with the abrupt ending to the women's doubles. And it does mean that for 3 of the 4 players anyway, Jasmine Ng, of course, was out there on court, so she'll be warm and ready to go. Simon Lynn in control of this one. But for the other players, they've just had to speed things up a little and prepare a match to decide the championship.
Okay, Beckman, black or green? Black call. Green. Ryan will receive and take the side. Thank you.
So this is a case of, in the LearnCoach New Zealand League anyway, the more experienced combination being that of Dakman Vong and Janice Jiang. Ryan Tong and Jasmine Ng have only played just the once, of course. Jasmine Ng typically has been playing alongside Danny O. There's Dakman Vong, who already tonight partnered Edward Lau to a win in the men's doubles. Has a mixed ranking of 7 in the country. Ryan Tong, 19 years of age. This is his only outing tonight, and he's shifted around. He's played men's doubles, mixed, he's played singles. So he's been the Mr. Fix-It for the HeyTour Hawks with a mixed ranking of 12. And he will partner Jasmine Ng. 23-year-olds, highly ranked, as you can see, in the mixed category at number 3 in the country. And she is a delight. Always brings a wonderful attitude. Janice Jiang as well. I reckon she gets MVP as team supporter. She's always been the lead cheerleader. She's always been very vocal in support of her teammates. At 18 years of age, one of the younger players in the league, mixed ranking of 10. And she brings that same enthusiasm to her play on court. So for the Hawks, through whatever reason, Oliver Leighton-Davis, they find themselves in a position of leading 3-2. All on the line here. Tong and Jasmine Ng, if they can cope with that pressure, they could bring the championship home.
Yeah, they certainly could. I think, especially Ryan Tong, knowing him a little bit, he'll bring a lot of energy and intensity and enthusiasm to this last match as well. He'll love the occasion, love being the centre of attention in front of everyone tonight, and playing in, you know, the matches that you almost dream about as well, to win it, to close it out. For your team in the first edition of the NZBL, what more could you ask for? So I'm looking forward to him bringing a lot of excitement to this as well, especially being able to play with someone like Jasmine, who's been around a bit longer, looking to guide him in his mix too.
So following this match, if it is the final match, we may of course go to Golden Game, but we have presentations tonight, including Crystal Ashley Designs MVP for the night. So Crystal Ashley Designs MVP for the league, and of course we'll hand out a runner-up and winner prize money and the President's Cup, the trophy.
Ladies and gentlemen, on my right, Tiger Brokers Tigers, represented by Dakman Vong, Janice Jiang. On my left, HeyTour Hawks, represented by Ryan Tong, Jasmine Ng. Tiger Broker Tigers to serve, Janice Jiang to Ryan Tong. Love all. Play. Out. Service over. 1 love. Out. Service over.
Early service errors exchange to get this one underway. Straight away we see the power of Dakman Vong.
2-1.
But I'm looking to Janice Yang to keep going on the development curve that she's been on throughout this entire league.
Well, the most vocal out there, they didn't win the point, but the most vocal is Jasmine Ng. So she already is playing that role of team leader, team captain on the court, if you like. Jasmine knew the moment she hit that straight onto the racket of Zhang.
4-1.
Yeah, playing with a lot of confidence at the moment as well, Zhang, to read that. Really been aggressive at the net. Good rally from both pairs there, but I think what impresses me most about Janice is her positioning at the front of the court. It's really easy, especially as a younger player, to just kind of hover around the tee and not take too many chances and risk of leaving the other side open, but she's not afraid to do that, which is a really positive sign for her future.
This is very impressive.
6-1.
The Hawks just can't get into the match at the moment. That one's gone wide as well. Ryan Tong with a sheepish grin.
1.
And it just gets worse.
8-1.
Credit the composure of these two young players as well. All players will be affected by the injury to Justine. It's a close-knit community, but the teammates in particular will have seen it, and they've come out all business here. Playing well, aren't they?
It's over.
Yeah, what a start it's been for Dakman Vong and Janice Zhang here. Given nothing away.
Little breather here while they just get the perspiration off that court surface, with Ryan Tong having thrown himself full length onto the floor. Ready to resume. Vong and Zhang in complete control.
Play.
Multiple game points. This one's gone by in the blink of an eye.
10. Game point 2.
I think what's worth noting as well that Tong and Ng haven't really played themselves into this match at all yet.
Service over. 3-10.
Meaning it's important they try and do that in a couple of rallies here, otherwise they have to start from the start of game 2 fresh. And it does look like they're starting to do it a bit now. Really important couple of points.
4-10.
Just to take something with you into that second game and what's been such a clinical performance from Vong and Jiang.
Well, and that was the chance to finish it off in clinical fashion too, but
5-10.
you would think it won't prove too costly. Still 5 game points.
Fault. Jiang.
And that does wrap it up now, 11-5 for Vong and Jiang.
First game won by Tigers, Brokers, Tigers, 11-5.
And it's about now that the other players will start their warm-up if they haven't started already, because Golden Game looms rather large. Remember, if the Tigers win this, we go to 3-3, and this LearnCoach New Zealand Badminton League will come down to 1 game to 11. We're not there yet. Let's not jump the gun too quickly on that, but if we do go there, Ollie, the Hawks might argue that they are the Golden Game experts.
Yeah, well, you definitely can't argue with their record so far. They've played in 3 Golden Game encounters and they've won all 3 of them. So you'd have to put your money there we do go to a Golden Game. But again, plenty of work to be done here. I think that was an important last 3 or 4 rallies. Might not seem like much when the first game is essentially gone from a Hawks perspective in that mixed doubles. But Ryan Tong, Jasmine just able to play themselves into the match a little bit there when it's just to 11 points. Like that, really important that you can do that at the back end of a game like that, even if you're trying to claw your way back from a big deficit. So a little more aggressive, especially Tong was a little bit earlier in the mid-court, and they were able to play the shuttle down and get some attacking opportunities, which they weren't able to do for the majority of that game. So credit to them for doing that, and hopefully from their point of view, they can come out with a good start here and get some points on the board early on.
Tony O there, interesting. Of course, he often partners Jasmine. He was there with Tony Griffin offering some advice. So the players, as has often been the case through this LearnCoach New Zealand League, stepping into the role of assistant coach, offering their advice.
Second game, love or play.
This needs to be a dramatic change in momentum, though, for the Hawks.
Out.
That'll help.
Service over. 1 love.
They got that, because Jasmine would have been ruining that missed opportunity, but they got away with it.
2 love.
The bounce off the net cord wasn't in her favour, but I like that last choice of shot from Ryan Tong, just aiming to go for the cut instead of the full power smash.
Wow. I said it needed a drastic change
3
in momentum.
love.
I think we're seeing it.
Over. 1-3.
Well, she got the most difficult one back, Jasmine.
Almost had an air shot at the easy one. Really a lot of mistakes at the start of this second game from both pairs.
Yeah, it was well set up by Jasmine, that one there too, as well. Good initiative to play a bit more disguise on the block to the net, to plenty of space.
Not up.
3-4.
Great disguise on that drop shot too from Dakman Vong this time.
Out. Service over.
Well, this game really appears to be
4,
there
3.
waiting for someone to grasp it.
Great defense from Janice Jang in the middle there as well. Can't help but sense that these final situations where everything's in the balance, it's not about trying to play your absolute best. Chances are you probably won't. It's how you can manage the level that you've got. Especially Ryan Tong's having to work really hard to get it on the floor.
Out.
Another
It's
error.
over. 5, 4.
As a coach, you'd be tempted to call time out here and just say, get some rallies going.
Fault.
Straight at the body.
Yeah, well played from Jasmine. Yeah, I agree. Almost
4.
get ahead of the timeout before you need it in the deficit and address it now so you can use it to build a lead instead, as opposed to a reaction.
Service over.
The team that cuts out their error rate here brings it down to
5,
a manageable level.
6.
You would think is going to win this game. Again, just Ryan Tong, just perhaps the heart racing a little, trying to play a very difficult shot off balance.
Service over. 7, 5.
Oh, that is really good. Right on the right hip, just a great reaction.
8, 5.
Well played. So they're starting to find a rhythm now.
9, 5.
Brilliant deal from the Hawks there. It was definitely pre-planned. Great execution from Jasmine Ng as well.
It looks like they're going to return the favour and level this up at 1 apiece, adding to the drama, adding to the tension.
Service over. 6, 10.
They do level it up, and they really just skipped away in the second part of that game and won
Second
it
game
really
won by
comfortably
HeyTour
in the
Hawks,
end.
11-6. 1 game all.
And it really did come down to who was going to eliminate the errors, and it was the Hawks that did so, and suddenly picked up 4 or 5 points in quick succession. So, you know, both teams will have a decent conversation with their respective coaches and some adjustments to make, albeit momentum is now flipped and very much with the Hawks.
Yeah, it certainly is. I think you said it exactly right. It wasn't a brilliant set game there from either pair. I think the way the Hawks were able to just, cut up their error rate and play a little simpler towards the end of that second game was what got them across the line. They didn't do anything spectacular. There's nothing that's tactically working for them amazingly well at the moment. They're a little more aggressive. Ryan Tong's eliminated a couple of his mistakes from the back line, playing with a little more patience back there, and they've got a couple of quick points from some good first 3 agreements. So credit to them for the way they've been able to turn it around. But again, I think this third and final game is about just keeping it simple, not trying to do anything brilliant, and just asking your opponents to come up with something creative in a pressure situation.
So difficult to predict which way this will go.
Yeah, it's hard to really take any tactical analysis from a second game like that when the error rate's quite high. It's about, I guess, who wants it most, really, coming into this third one.
destiny of the inaugural LearnCoach New Zealand Badminton League lies in the hands of these 4 players. If the Hawks, through Tong and Ing, can win it, they will win the title. If they fail to do so, we will go to a golden game.
The message has been clear from Coach Tony Griffin with the help of Danny Oat as well, that Jasmine Ing needs to get forward.
Wow, Ryan Tong at full stretch. Still had the composure to call to his partner, go and get that one.
Yeah, you gotta love it. Barking orders from the floor in the rear court.
I'm lying down back here. You go and get that one. And they will again get out there with the mop. Just acknowledge our line judges again, what a wonderful job they've done. Volunteers all. And they've been here for 6 weeks, 2 nights a week. Wonderful service to the game. We thank them all for their contribution to this LearnCoach New Zealand League. Just switching Jasmine and Ryan. So Janice will be serving to Jasmine here. The warm-ups just got a little more intense with the other players. Well, there might have been a touch of controversy there. I did wonder whether Dakman Vong had the racket head over the net mid-rally.
1-3.
Certainly a line call.
I think we've got to give some credit to Ryan Tong here, the way he's
Play.
playing now from the back of the court. Playing with a lot of quality, both to the net
3.
and into the midcourt. There's not much margin between the flight of the shuttle and the tape. He's eliminated the mistakes that he was making earlier on. Got away with one there. Perhaps well read by Janice, but
3-all.
couldn't quite capitalise. And just like that, that 3-love lead has disappeared.
Play.
Most of these points have been earned, though, haven't they? Won, rather than that second game where mistakes was the order of the day. What a serve.
4-3.
Oh, it's good. Oh, it's good.
It's over.
Oh, that's the conditions playing a part and a long rally, because that shuttle just slowed right down when it really looked like it was going long.
4-all.
Yeah, it looked like it was pretty slow and fluffy by the end of that one after a couple of good slices on there. But well played from Janice Chang, saw the open space.
Service over. 5-4.
tried the flick serve again, and this time it doesn't pay off. They can't be separated here, midway through the decider.
5-all.
And again, really, that lesson needs to be heeded. If you're in doubt, play the shuttle. Cooler temperatures, the shuttle just slowing down as the night goes on. Not on that occasion though. Ryan Tong back for the winner.
Service over.
Oh, this is tense.
6-all. Service over. 7-6. Service over.
It's his only
7
match
all.
tonight, Ryan Tong, and he is absolutely giving his all. That was a little confusion on the serve. They both ended up covering the forehand side.
Service over.
That left too much for Tong to do. They will again. He's just dripping sweat, isn't he? Let's get out there and dry that court surface. Oh,
Thank you.
courage, composure, bravery.
Janice. Wait. Wait.
Call it what you will. Someone needs
8,
to find
7.
the right quality
Play.
to close this one out. Tong loving the pressure.
Service over. 8-all.
On those soft shots, the drops that he's not quite found his touch.
9-8.
Yeah, perhaps just looking for a fraction too much.
Oh, that's clever. That's clever because he's been playing with pace. He just sliced that one, took a bit of pace off.
9.
Brilliant from Ryan Tong. Not only the final shot, but the overplay before it that sent Dakman Wong turning and having to take it back and from deep in the rear court.
They can't get there.
Service over. Timeout.
Oh, timeout.
HeyTour Hawks.
Timeout on match point. Don't think that's flicked over yet. It is 10-9. It has flicked over now. So Vong and Janice Jiang, and credit Dakman Vong and Janice Jiang. Much of the narrative has been about Ryan Tong and Jasmine Ng, but they've hung tough in this third game. It's been going point for point. They've closed it back down, and now they have a match point to take the final to a golden game. I mentioned a few words as to the state of mind that the players need to bring to this situation. Will add to that.
20 seconds. 20 seconds.
Nerveless, because you've just had a timeout on
10
match point, and you come out
point.
to serve. How does
9.
18-year-old Janice Jiang feel?
Play.
They certainly had time to formulate a plan, so let's see what they come with.
Not the right one.
Service over.
And put that down to tension.
Yeah.
10-all.
Still had to take the chance, Ryan Tong, and he did exactly that, but wasn't quite the serve that Janice Jiang was looking for.
And again, it's the tough shot. It's letting Tong down.
11-10.
second match point. And they've won it. We're going to a golden game. Oh, this is thrill-a-minute stuff in the LearnCoach New Zealand Badminton League. And it only seems fitting that we go to a golden game. We've had so many of these sudden death moments throughout the course of the season, and the grand final is now headed that way. That's a really superb win for Dakman Vong and Janice Jiang over a brave, a gallant, but ultimately defeated Ryan Tong and Jasmine Ng. And now the permutations, the calculations start.
Match
the coaches
won by
will be
Tiger
thinking,
Brokers Tiger.
who do I play? Who do I want
6,
involved?
11,
But
12,
your thoughts
10.
on a very good mixed game?
Yeah, fantastic performance from Vong and Jiang to get that one over the line, especially in the third game. They played really well. When it counted, they were calm and more, just slightly more composed of the two pairs on court, and ultimately that's what made the difference. A little bit of a nervy serve perhaps from Janice Jiang at 10-9 when they had the match point there, but the composure they showed after that was what brought it home for them, and how fitting that we're going to a golden game for one more time in this league. So great effort from Jiang and Vong to get them back, and the Tigers to level at 3-all. Let's hear from them now with Andrew.
Yeah, delighted, smiles on the faces, and there should be, because that was brave. That was nerves of steel. I've got to ask you, you don't really want a timeout at match point when you're coming out to serve, do you?
No, when we got called that timeout, I was just thinking in my head, I was like, and then I have to restart now, but I think I took that as an opportunity to just calm down, play from say 0-all, forget about what the score is.
And it seemed to me the combination that was going to eliminate their mistakes tonight was going to win that. There was a few mistakes made in the second, but gradually both pairs eliminated their mistakes, and you guys came out the best.
I think at the beginning we were both nervous, quite nervous, so we were making a few mistakes, but once we just took our time and relaxed a bit more, it was better.
Oh, well done, guys. Well done. And this LearnCoach New Zealand League has been all about experience, all about moments like this. And who knows, you might be involved in another one with a golden game. Would you fancy that?
Oh yeah, bring it on.
Great stuff. Well done. Well done. Great win. So that is a really good win for Dakman and Janice to force this into a golden game. And it seems appropriate as well with the injury to Justine Villegas when they were leading that women's doubles, that this tie has gone to the deciding golden game. Who will play? We'll find out in just a moment. Well, welcome back. It's golden game time here in the grand final of the LearnCoach New Zealand Badminton League. And we've had so many of these situations, it seems only fitting that we have another one to decide the outcome of this wonderful competition. Chin Fong, we've been here before. You're going to toss the coin. Our coaches will then decide who goes first to remove a game, and we end up with one game left on the board. And it's literally 1 game to 11 to decide this championship. Chin, over to you. Looks like Henry's got the call. And Henry's going to remove the first game. So mixed doubles is removed. You might want to show the fans behind us as well, Henry, that mixed doubles is gone. What have you got for us now? Next one to go. Men's singles is removed. Wave that one behind you as well, Tony. So men's singles gone. We're down to a choice of 3. You can't remember what you've just... Come on, Henry. This is the big moment. Women's doubles is removed, and our thoughts, of course, with Justine Villegas having to end that match early with the injury. So now this decides, what are we going to play? Wow. We are playing women. I'm saying wow because I think this is the first time we've had singles for the golden game. It is women's singles for the golden game to decide the LearnCoach New Zealand Badminton League. Oliver Layden-Davis, when that decision was made, I heard an audible ooh around the room.
Yeah, love the way that Tony Griffin's decided that and put all his confidence in Courtney Trillo, arguably the player who's improved the most, I think, and developed the most across this entire 7 weeks of badminton here in the NZBL's first edition. But yeah, I think full credit to her, the way she's played tonight and the way she's developed it, that Tony's put that faith in her to challenge what I'm assuming is going to be Sally Fu from the Tigers. Again, she played 2 great sets of badminton earlier on this evening, so can she do it a third time? We'll have to wait and see in the next moments, but what a fitting to the full 7 weeks of competition that we're going to see just one more game, 211 points to decide the first champion of the LearnCoach New Zealand Badminton League. So there we have it, confirmation of the order of play tonight, how it's worked out.
Yeah, and we kind of thought it was going to go this way. I mean, some of the results have gone the other way to what we predicted. And I'll join you, Ollie. I mean, I was the one putting you on the spot, but I was with you on most of those predictions. And they've flipped and they've flopped and they've twisted and turned, but we've ended up with a golden game. And I think a wonderful advertisement for the league and for the closeness of the competition that we're going to a golden game. This sets up the drama, sets up the excitement. It certainly adds to the nerves and the tension for the players. But as a learning experience, I don't think there's anything better for players. I mean, you tell me, you're involved in this competition, to come out of a golden game situation. Next time you're under pressure, next time you're at the Nationals, next time you're playing for New Zealand, maybe next time for you at the Com Games or at the Olympic Games, which I know you dream of going to, that experience is going to be wonderful for the players, isn't it?
Oh, it's fantastic. You're literally being dropped in the cauldron, essentially, week in, week out for 7 weeks. And I think there's only been 2 occasions throughout the entire league that the 6th and final match hasn't been decided or been deciding a golden game or not. So every chance, every week, you're in there trying to deal with different kinds of pressure, whether it's the shortened format to 11, whether it's a golden game as well, whether you're playing with the same player or having to work out a different combination to the one that you've played perhaps previously earlier in the evening. So it's forcing you to adapt and make the adjustments to just one game and 11 points, and it's the ultimate spectacle for everyone, not only players, spectators, coaches, fans as well. So it's a great way to finish, and I think great way for developing players at a young age and the qualities that they have in New Zealand badminton.
So this is a competition that's born out of COVID in this crazy world that we live in at the moment, and our thoughts to everyone watching around the world, and there are people watching from far-flung places a long way away from New Zealand. That's what it's all about, this trophy, the President's Cup. But our best wishes to everyone watching in different circumstances around the world as we await our golden game, and there will be a 2 or 3 minute break until Courtney Trillo joins us. So we're just awaiting final warm-ups for the players. And we are told that it will be Sally Fu and Courtney Trillo. And I say that because there is the option of changing players going into the Golden Game, changing combinations. But I guess when women's singles was left on the board, we knew who the two players were going to be.
Yeah, exactly. I think, as I alluded to earlier, there's a great statement, I think, from Tony Griffin and the confidence that he's got in Courtney Trillo, who perhaps, obviously didn't get a great start to the league and was up front, and the fact that nerves probably got to her a bit, but full credit to the way that she's progressed throughout this competition. And I think there's going to be a really close 11-point battle between her and Sally Fu. We've already seen a great match between them tonight.
And the start will be vital for both players, because the start is pretty close to the finish when you're only playing to 11. There's not a whole lot of middle. There's start, whoops, there's the middle gone, and now we're at the finish line. So when we come back, we will be just about ready for our players to join us on our show court for the Golden Game to decide the LearnCoach New Zealand Badminton League final. The final night after 6 weeks of thrilling badminton is all going to come down to 1 game to 11 in women's singles between Sally Fu of the Tiger Brokers Tigers and Courtney Trillo of the HeyTour Hawks. Do not go away. Well, welcome back. That's what they are playing for, the Willens and Wong President's Cup. That will go to the victors tonight in the LearnCoach New Zealand Badminton League as we await our women's singles players to join us for the Golden Game. I'm joined by Badminton New Zealand CEO Joe Hitchcock. Joe, what a success this tournament's been. Just talk about out of a difficult situation with COVID, has come something really remarkable for the game. You must be delighted.
Yeah, Andrew, thanks. It's been a really challenging time for us and no doubt for a lot of New Zealanders and all around the world. But look, we're just absolutely wrapped with the fantastic response we've had to the innovation that we've tried to drive through the LearnCoach New Zealand Badminton League.
And I mean, the support tonight from the corporates, the sponsors and friends of badminton that are here, and they've come together so quickly. You must be delighted that you were able to pull this together with the sponsorship support of the teams and of the league itself.
Yeah, I think, look, it shows that badminton is really in a growth cycle. We're booming around the country and internationally as well. And I think in that there is a lot of desire, I think, people to connect with a product that is exciting, it's diverse, it's different, it's so fast, and you can see from the level of competition and the nature of the league that it's been a real success for us.
Yeah, well, congratulations to you and the team for pulling this together so superbly well, and I know the players have enjoyed it. I've spoken to them most nights, and there's one team that's going to enjoy it a little bit more than the others, of course, in about the next 10 or 15 minutes when they lift that trophy. Thank you, Joe. Appreciate your time. So Joe Hitchcock with his thoughts on the competition that is about to conclude with the women's singles golden game to 11 points, as we are just about ready to welcome our players onto the court. The final act of the LearnCoach New Zealand League is women's singles golden game. Trish Gubb leads two players out, and if we had heart rate monitors on them, I reckon they'd be going through the roof. Richard Bramley, service judge. There's Sally on the left and Courtney joining the party.
Sally, black or green? Black called. Black it is. Receive. Which end do you want? And you will serve. Thank you.
Well, Courtney Trillo has been one of the big improvers of this competition, and a stunning performance earlier tonight in defeating Sally Fu. And you called it, Ollie, with the great confidence from Tony Griffin to say to Courtney, yeah, I got you, and the team's got you back, because she's up against a very good player in Sally Fu, 21 years of age, number 2 ranked player in women's singles, and by and large has compiled a very good record throughout this competition. Has just faded a little in the last week or two, and compounded by that loss tonight, but that was on the back of Trillo playing superbly well. It wasn't a case of Sally Fu giving the game away. Courtney at 24 years of age, out of Counties Manukau, and at 3rd ranking in singles compared to the other rankings, just highlights that she is a singles specialist. Oliver Leighton-Davis, great way to end it. If you're not either player out there, everyone else is having a great time, but the focus very much on them. There's nowhere to hide. 1 game to 11, this very much 50-50.
Yeah, it certainly is, and again, I think we've talked about it earlier tonight, just being consistent, being quite safe. You don't need to be absolutely brilliant or look for your, obviously you'd like to play at your very best level, but chances are you're not going to find it, so it's accepting what you got. Race to 11. No time for it to really become physical or anything like that, so you enjoy the occasion and embrace all the fun and the challenges that comes with it.
Player warm-up has just about concluded, and so too the LearnCoach New Zealand Badminton League. As well as that trophy, the winning team will take the lion's share of that prize money. Already last night, the Huawei Dragons finishing 3rd in defeating the One Pure Wolves. This one now decides finishing places 1 and 2.
Ladies and gentlemen, on my right, Tiger Brokers Tigers, represented by Sally Fu. And on my left, HeyTour Hawks, represented by Courtney Trillo. HeyTour Hawks to serve, love all, play.
Both players take a big breath in. Credit both players taking the right approach, I think, Colin. Not trying to hit lines or get a roll over the net cord. They're just playing within good margins.
Yeah, great first rally. It was like we just picked up from where we left off in regular time.
Sally Fu's power levels it up.
Service over. 1 all.
Oh, that is a lovely shot.
Service over.
She really is at the top of her game.
Great rally from Trillo again. Great patience, I think. Really good with the choice of shots, not going for too much.
3, 1.
Played a great drop shot early in the rally. Didn't do a lot of damage with it, but then elected to go back to the clears as well.
Court coverage again. It's such a strength of hers. And the number of winners she's played into the front court of Sally Fu's forehand.
Good attack from Sally Fu. Smart attack as well to go down the backhand side of Trillo.
2,
Definitely
4.
the weaker of her two wings in defense.
We see it again.
3, 4.
Good tactical execution from Fu again.
Oh, that's lovely. So we're seeing some stunning badminton from both players.
4 all.
Great response here from Sally Fu.
5, 4.
Sally doesn't like the call, but Krishka is unlikely to overrule from that distance.
5 all.
Drifted wide.
Service over. 6, 5.
Great rally from Trillo. Really sticking to the plan nicely.
Using the rear court corners to manoeuvre Sally Fu around before attacking into the open court. Great patience as well.
Trillo can only smile in admiration at the shot, but also, I think, just getting her tactics wrong there.
6.
Rushing in, and Sally Fu sends her back. Vital time to get a 2-point break. It's wide. 2 points away from the golden game, from the tie, and from the overall LearnCoach title. Oh, brave enough to let it go, and it brings up 4 match points. 4 opportunities now.
10. Match point. 6.
The Hawks have not been beaten in a golden game. Is that record about to fall? Tiger Brokers Tigers win it. Sally Fu wins the golden game. She takes it out 11-6, reversing the result from the earlier singles, and the Tiger Brokers Tigers win the LearnCoach New Zealand Badminton League. Sally Fu,
Match won by Tiger
quite
Brokers
emotional,
Tigers,
given
11-6.
she was in that doubles with Justine Villegas. And Justine, if she's not watching, she'll get the word very quickly, I'm sure, that her team has won in her absence following that injury. But well played, Sally Fu. Composure, experience, perhaps. At 21 years of age, it sounds unusual, but the big match temperament of Sally Fu coming out on top.
Yeah, what a way to finish. 1 game to 11 points. Brilliant from Sally Fu to have the courage to turn around what was perhaps by her own admission not her best level earlier on in the night. Full credit to Courtney Trillo, the way she played in the women's singles in the 3rd match of this evening. But what a way to finish again from Sally Fu for the Tigers to bring it home and win the first edition of the LearnCoach New Zealand Badminton League. Let's hear from Andrew now.
Thanks, Ollie. Well, Sally, I know you don't want to be here. You just want to be celebrating with your team, and our thoughts, of course, with Justine as well right now with that injury. But congratulations. Pressure moment. You reversed the result from earlier. What was your headspace going into it?
I just told myself to relax and just play my game and just be patient, and then, yeah, it went well.
Courtney played so well earlier, and again tonight. I mean, she's improved out of sight. So what did you have to do to combat her game, to turn that around?
I think I just had to be more positive and be on top of the rallies more, and then just play it and then let her make the mistakes, and then, yeah.
And pretty cool. But a little bit of emotion there at the end. It's great because it's a singles win. You're out there on your own. There's nowhere to hide, but you're part of a team.
Yeah, definitely. I was really nervous because I didn't expect myself to play in the golden game, but I think I played all right.
Congratulations. Well done. Sally Fu wins the golden game, and that means the Tiger Brokers Tigers will take the spoils. But in the meantime, the Crystal Ashley Designs MVP for tonight. Come on in. Edward Lau is going to take the honours. Congratulations, Edward, there on behalf of Crystal Ashley Designs, the MVP trophy, and $100 coming your way. A nice personal accolade, wrapping up a pretty good night with the team winning as well.
Yeah, I think the whole team performed today, and yeah, it really mattered at the end. Yeah.
And in terms of this team aspect, has that been a cool part of this league, being a part of a team and enjoying that camaraderie?
Yeah, team events always better than individual because people can support you and you get closer with your teammates, and yeah.
Congratulations, Crystal Ashley Designs MVP. Good job. Well done, mate. Edward Lau taking out the honours tonight. When we come back, though, we will make our presentations. This trophy will be handed out, along with a couple of cheques as well for the runners-up and for the winners. And we will also announce and present our Crystal Ashley Designs MVP for the LearnCoach New Zealand Badminton League. Stay with us. Back in a moment with presentations. Well, welcome back everyone to the final act of what has been a stunning 6 weeks of badminton with the LearnCoach New Zealand Badminton League, and that is the handing over of the checks, which the players love, and the silverware, which they love as well. Joining me is Dave Cameron to hand over the Crystal Ashley Designs MVP for the league. Dave, of course, CEO of LearnCoach. Dave, thank you for your support through this competition, and it's my pleasure to announce and welcome in as Crystal Ashley Designs MVP for the LearnCoach New Zealand Badminton League, it's Edward Lau. Edward receiving the cheque and the trophy from Dave. Congratulations, Edward, and again, thanks to Dave Cameron and the team at LearnCoach for their wonderful support of the LearnCoach New Zealand Badminton League. Well, in every competition, there has to be a runner-up. And of course, tonight, that means it is sadly, I mean, they've had a wonderful competition, but sadly, it is going to be the HeyTour Hawks. I welcome in Ian Willens, President of Badminton New Zealand, with the runner-up. That's a pretty good make-up check for finishing in the runner-up position, as we welcome in to receive the check the HeyTour Hawks. Come on in, team. Here they come. Give them a round of applause here at the venue. And who's going to have a chat with me? I'll come across and have a chat. Come and join me at the front here. Well done on a great season. It's not the way you wanted it to finish tonight, but what a great competition you guys have had.
Yeah, it's been really good. It's been such a good opportunity to get what we practice, training and on court, to show it and to show other people who play badminton and who don't play badminton.
And on behalf of the players, would you love to see something like this come back? This is a post-COVID league that's been put together superbly well, but would this fit in the calendar?
Yeah, I definitely think so. It'd be interesting to see if it does happen again next year, but I think everyone would be keen to be involved.
Good stuff. Congratulations to you and the team. So Erin Calder-Hawkins speaking on behalf of the HeyTour Hawks, receiving their runner-up check on behalf of the team. Well done. And Ian Willens, thank you, the President of Badminton New Zealand. Now invite on behalf of Badminton New Zealand's LearnCoach League Champions presentation will be made by John Wong. John is one of the names, Ian Willens and John Wong, their name on this trophy, and it's time to welcome in our champions, and they are, of course, LearnCoach New Zealand Badminton League champions. It's the Tiger Brokers Tigers. Come on across. Henry Tam, coach, taking the check, and we're going to pass that trophy over as well, John. And there it is. It's a big trophy. It's a beautiful trophy. Congratulations to the Tiger Brokers Tigers. Henry, hand the silverware over and jump forward, and of course it should have been Justine talking to me now. Not that I didn't want to talk to you, but our thoughts with her, of course. Have you heard from her since she's left the stadium?
No, but I think she's in good hands. Glenn, one of the board members, have taken her to the A&E, so I'm sure she's in good hands.
Okay, and if you're watching, Justine, our thoughts are with you on the back of that injury, but this will cheer up, winning the competition. Tell me about what this means to you and the team.
I think it means a lot for the guys. You know, we've got some young players, we've got a couple of senior players as well, and the tournament, the pressure that, you know, just like this golden game, I think it's commendable to them to be able to walk on court in such short notice, and it's just been an awesome tournament. Yeah.
Good fun for you as a coach as well. Have you enjoyed the interaction and the timeouts?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's all learning curve from all of us, and you know, thank you Badminton New Zealand and all the sponsors, Tiger Brokers, for sponsoring our team, and all the other sponsors for sponsoring every other team. It's just been absolutely awesome tournament, and you know, coming out of COVID, it's something that all the players needed and the coach needed as well.
Yeah, and you probably needed a share of that check too, so that's pretty handy as well, isn't it? I know badminton players don't often play for money in tournaments here, so that's a wonderful addition to the calendar, isn't it?
No, absolutely. I don't get a cut of the cake, so I think because the...
Oh, hang on, what's going on? The coach doesn't get a cut, or there might be something said about that afterwards.
I think the players did all the hard work, really, out there, you know, seeing Justine on the floor, and all these guys diving around everywhere. You know, they deserve all the money and all the credit.
Well done, well said, and congratulations to you and the team on a wonderful LearnCoach New Zealand League. Congratulations, Henry and the team, and thank you, John, for presenting the trophy and the cheque. So they will depart and start spending it, I reckon. They'll probably do that tonight. That's that wraps us up now. From a Waitakere Badminton Centre that has played host to a wonderful 6 weeks of badminton. It's been innovative, it's been creative, and to the team at Badminton New Zealand, led by Joe, the team here, Sam, Jono, Michelle, everyone involved, to my co-commentators throughout the competition, thank you for their input and their guidance as well through this wonderful sport over this wonderful 6 weeks. To the fans, thank you for watching from here in New Zealand and from right around the world, and to the sponsors, thank you for your support. It's been such a boost to the game in such difficult times in a post-COVID environment. If you're watching around the world, we're thinking of you. That's it though, that wraps us up. I can't believe we're not going to be here next Tuesday night. Maybe I can see a few people nodding behind the camera. They're going to turn up next Tuesday night and be here. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time. Keep watching badminton. Bye-bye.